Hello, hello, sweet honeybees. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day today. It is beautiful outside today, perfect temperature, so I figured I'd come sit outside to record this. I just want to talk a little bit about something that's been on my mind the last couple of days, which is the fact that there are people out there that still haven't realized that everything in existence is energy and frequency, and it's all capable of being manipulated. We essentially exist here on Earth in the 3D to learn how to become masters of energy manipulation. We are God experiencing itself, and we're here to learn that and to hone in on our abilities and become ascended masters and masters of energy manipulation. And this is one reason why I do not really do like pagan worship. I don't worship any kind of deity, god, goddess. I interact with them and I work with them and I respect them, yes, but I see them as equals because they are all an aspect of me as an aspect of God. And I also have divinity within me. It is not separate from me. It is all one. It's not without, it's within. And something that brought this up was this conversation where I was told that music being able to manipulate energy and frequencies and influence the way people behave and think is all just some kind of conspiracy theory, but that's not true at all. I mean, even science says that everything is energy and suggests that it can be manipulated. Everything in existence has an influence on everything in existence. I mean, take your breath, for instance. You are breathing out carbon dioxide, which the plants then consume, and they release oxygen, which you breathe in again. There's this chemical process, this energetic process that is taking place that you cannot see. And then when it comes to music, music is like one of the highest forms of energy manipulation. It's extremely easy to manipulate energy through music. I've witnessed this a lot of places as I have been traveling around, going to music festivals. You know, I'll watch a crowd go from standing and dancing, really high vibe, high energy, to wanting to be in a couch consuming drugs based on the types of music and the frequencies that are being played. And I don't even believe that a lot of the artists that are putting out the lower vibrational music even realize that that is what they are doing, and it's feeding this stagnant energy and trauma within people, and it contributes to things like substance abuse. It just really blows my mind how surface level a lot of thought patterns are within our society. You know, people look at this 3D material world and just take it at face value when this is all essentially a matter simulation, because everything is truly energy, not this 3D matter that we currently are. Energy is the thing that cannot be created nor destroyed, and this 3D world is constantly being created, decaying, and dying. It's all an illusion and it's temporary, whereas energy is the one constant always. As I have been kind of in this hermit mode over the last year and a half, really focusing on myself, learning more about myself and who I am at my energetic core, and I've been experiencing this spiritual awakening, I have become even more like hyper aware of energies and frequencies. I have always been empathic, where I feel things before I know things or see things. But it's just become even more apparent throughout my entire awakening process. I've realized that there are people and places and things that I don't want to have in my life and that I don't want in my energetic field, because I'm aware of how they negatively impact my frequency and bring me down to this lower vibrational state where I may be struggling with my sobriety. I may be struggling with thoughts of depression and suicidal ideation. I may be struggling with all kinds of difficult emotions and stuff that I normally would not experience when I am just sitting alone in my own energy. And I love people. Obviously, I want to do this podcast where I talk and communicate with people, but I also really value my alone time because I am comfortable within my own energy, because I do trust my own energy. I know my heart and my intentions, whereas a lot of people wear masks and they hide their intentions, but energy does not lie. And if you get that kind of sick feeling in your gut when you're around someone, or when you're in a specific environment or something is happening, trust that gut feeling. It is your intuition and you have it for a reason. It is a survival mechanism and it's meant to protect you from things that are not meant for you. But if you don't listen to it, they're meant for you, but in a different way. They're meant to teach you a difficult lesson. And, sometimes we need the difficult lessons to grow, but if we would learn to listen to ourselves, listen to our energy and our body, and trust ourselves, then a lot of really difficult lessons could be avoided. I don't know. I just find it really interesting that there are still people that consider energy manipulation, conspiracy theory, and sci-fi when it's happening all around us all the time. I mean, look at the news. That's even frequency manipulation. They're manipulating your thoughts through fear tactics. Use your discernment. This entire world is made up of programming, and it is meant to influence the way you think, the way you feel. People talk about sheep. There is definitely this herd mentality, people that do not think any deeper about the world, the way things are, the way they are. A lot of people think that they are their material possessions, their jobs, the people that they have in their lives. They think that they are defined by all of these things within the 3D world, but the truth is none of that is who you really are. And you should think about who you are at your core. If you were to not have any of those things, that is the process that I have been going through, but it has been like through force. Last year I was isolated. I'm not really isolated anymore because I've been making new friends and people that are awakening and are thinking about things on a deeper level than the people I was surrounding myself with beforehand. But I had all of these things forcibly stripped away from my life, and it made the process, it was very difficult, don't get me wrong, but it did make the process of discovering who I am at my core, if I didn't have all of these physical things around me, easier, because I didn't have the distractions. I didn't have people in my life to distract me from learning about myself. I didn't have a car to go anywhere to distract myself. The food that I had, I couldn't go anywhere to get food. So I just had the food that I had and I could fast. And, I didn't have a job. So I just had all of this free time to myself to journal, to meditate, to really get to know who I am after all of this other stuff has been stripped away. And a lot of people avoid that. I don't know. Everything's energy. It's capable of being manipulated. You are capable of being manipulated, even if you think you're not. And you are capable of manipulating others, even if you think you don't. It's just the way it is. It's all energy. It's all give and take. It all has influence. And it's not just some conspiracy theory or sci-fi bullshit. And it just blows my mind that people still think that. You are God experiencing itself, and take back your power. Stop allowing other people to influence the way you think and feel about things. Start thinking about things on a deeper level instead of just accepting things for what they are at face value, because there's usually something so much more going on beneath the surface. Just my 2 cents. Well, I will close this out because I was thinking about going to have a little picnic, enjoy my day, maybe work on my dream catcher. I've started making dream catchers. But yeah, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, night, week, month, year, and life. I love you so much, and I'm very grateful that you're here. Stay curious.